About to give them jokers a history lesson. Y'all want to know about Boston? Y'all want to know about them dudes? They real up there. The whole revolution started with these fools. They the first ones to jump. Ain't none of y'all other colonies try to jump. Ain't nobody try to do nothing. It took y'all. Wasn't it a brother too? Benjamin Banneker was the first to die. He was standing on business. What?
Yeah. So he's a black one first.
Tea Party. Y'all said, yo, we throwing this into the ocean.
Right.
That was money. Y'all throwing money away.
Clearly. They didn't know what they had. Yeah, right.
Is there anything better than a trip getting ready?
Nope.
For a long journey where our podcast released a new app and searching for a fade feeling, new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, text some friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talk your wisdom out.
Welcome in, everyone. Episode 97, Mac a Move, with our guest, David Mak Thompson. Yo, Mac, I appreciate you being on, man. Like where I'm at right now, I feel like, and I don't mind saying this is kind of why you on. Yo, it's my podcast. I feel like I'm with a legend, man. I feel like, no, serious, real talk, man. And I know you get it, and I appreciate it. That was your response, because you a humble dude. But you ain't got to be humble right here, brother. We here to talk about you. Yo, we gonna jump right into it. Let's start with, yo, where are you from?
I'm from a small town or small city called Brockton, which is like 10-20 minutes south of Boston, Massachusetts.
Yo, I know it very well. I used to live up in Bedford when I worked in downtown Boston.
Wow, so you ain't that far.
Yo, rode my motorcycle year round, man. Does that impress you?
You had a motorcycle?
It was, Bedford, that's only 30 minutes down into the city with traffic. But yeah, man. Yo,
oh, that's fine. Yeah.
They treated me nice up there, man. Y'all don't get a good rep up there in the Northeast.
Man, there's a lot that we could talk about with that. We do not get a good rep. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. But we're not as what people see.
Yo, you know what? It's my podcast. I'm gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
We about to give them jokers a history lesson. Y'all want to know about Boston? Y'all want to know about them dudes? They real up there. The whole revolution started with these fools. They the first ones to jump. Ain't none of y'all other colonies try to jump. Ain't nobody try to do nothing. It took y'all. Wasn't it a brother too? Benjamin Banneker was the first to die. He was standing on business. What?
Yeah. So he's a black one first.
Tea Party. Y'all said, yo, we throwing this into the ocean.
Right.
That was money. Y'all throwing money away.
Clearly. They didn't know what they had. Yeah, right. And Power, on the show Power, it would have been a wrap for them.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying, man. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. History lesson is over, but I just want y'all to understand where this dude is from and how they get it in. All right, so we'll come back and talk about my time living up there, but I gotta know. All right, so Brockton, hold on, man. Y'all ain't got no ballers that came up out of your area. Who? Just give us one. You got one?
Well, from Brockton, we actually have a couple players that play overseas now. So that's
from Brockton. I thought you was gonna claim Boston, but give me the names of Brockton.
No, Brockton, that's fine. But Boston, we definitely have Shabazz Napier. We have Wayne Selden. We had I forgot his name. Crap. But yeah, we have NBA players that played, and unfortunately they moved on to play in G League and whatnot. They have their own careers. But yeah, we have some players that made it out and made it to the league, man.
Yo, okay. My parents are from New York. I've been in New York a lot, right?
Yep.
I done played at the Rucker. I done played at different parks throughout. No disrespect to the Rucker, but man, I'd have been in some different places in different boroughs, and I ain't need the Rucker. There was enough people lining up on the fences. You couldn't tell me this wasn't the hot spot. Right. What was the hot spot in Brockton? Shout it out. Where is the court in Brockton?
So it's actually in a middle school. It's called East Middle School, and that's the OFS park. It's called Our Future Stars. That park had it was right outside the projects.
Yeah.
It was fenced in the whole way. There was two basketball courts at the time, and it was summer hoops. And then on top of summer hoops, when the regular time everybody was just coming to play ball,
Yeah.
that it was popping all the time. And there was obviously neighborhood parks. I represent Ash Street Park. I was always there. That's how I kind of learned the not to call fouls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to call the soft ones. There we go.
Oh.
But then when you go to Boston, it's the same thing. You go to Washington Park, which is Malcolm X Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of places, man, but that's where I represent, man.
All right. We were gonna back up, man. You from a cold climate, man. What y'all doing in the winter? Like, did you have a homeboy hookup? Your mama work at a gym? You had a cousin? What y'all do when that snow hit the ground? I just told everybody how I rode year round and how cold it was. There was snow on the ground. What did y'all do growing up?
No, we still had gyms. There was still places to go, and on top of that, that's where a lot of the leagues popped out from. Like as growing up, like in this area, there's always going to be leagues in the wintertime. Like it could be from Thanksgiving on to like I want to say near February-ish.
Yeah.
Like once Valentine's Day's over, then it's like the warmer games and everything else comes out. But nah, we still ran. There was a lot of gyms. We had the local YMCA, Boys and Girls Club. Oh man, the Boys and Girls Club was always rocking. Like there was always something for us to do, no matter what.
All right. So we see your skills right here, right now.
Mhm.
You weren't always nice. What happened?
No, yo,
What did it start out like? Who put that first ball in your hand, and when did you
mhm.
get nice?
Yo, I think you might like this. So my older brother I want to say he's the one that put the ball in my hand, but it
Yeah.
was everybody in my family plays ball. My pops was a hood baller. My mom played when she was younger,
What?
and my older brother, he was all scholastic um, in high school, and then he went to college. But then, life decisions, had a child and all that. But I don't want to tell his business.
Yeah.
But he kept us moving. Like we always played ball, and I followed my brother's shadow playing. So to go back to where, yeah, I wasn't nice. Nah, dog, I wasn't. I think I got exposed. I got exposed to basketball real early. Like one of my favorite players is way beyond my era,
Yeah.
but it was Magic Johnson. The way Magic Johnson
Yeah.
plays,
Yeah.
his flash, his flair, his personality,
Mm-hmm.
I was always rocking with it. Then when I was in fourth grade, and one came out, the first VHS tape.
Mm-hmm.
My brother brought it home,
Oh.
and we watched it together on VHS. That changed my life forever. So all I wanted to do was do every single move I seen on Volume 1. Every single move.
Yeah.
Skip to My Lou became my favorite player. I found out, we had internet, but it wasn't great internet,
Yep.
moving up. So finding details out, you had to look that up. And he was already in Fresno State,
Yep.
and then he was in the NBA. So all this happened, and I'm like, yo, I like this guy.
Uh-huh.
He made it seem like I had a chance. If I was to ever go, he made it seem like because he came from the street ball world
Yeah.
to actually playing organized and so on and so forth. So I actually developed handles very early. Like I knew how to do some of these moves
Yeah.
by the time I was in middle school, early high school. And I was known as the guy with handles. Like I crossed a bunch of people. I was obviously skinnier and faster, but I didn't work on my jump shot. So
Oh.
I played in a lot of leagues
Mm-hmm.
with the mentality of, oh, I'm trying to cross everybody. Like getting a bucket wasn't a thing for me. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't care. And then I just developed my game over time. Yeah, you're about to learn a lot about me.
Yo, do it. Run it.
So, yeah, like literally middle school, high school, and then NBA Street Volume 1 and 2 came out,
Yeah.
and I fell in love with the whole thing, the whole mix. So then I kind of embodied a lot of those moves. So now I'm adding more moves to the bag. And one volume 2, volume 3, volume 4 came out, volume 5 right after. Like, my mind was made up that I was gonna be an N1 player. So that's it. You could I wish there was more people on here so they could vouch for me. I was literally the N1 player of my city. Like, nobody else was doing these moves besides me. Everybody else, if they played ball, the stature, the physique of a ball player.
Right.
I didn't have that. They all had dribble moves, like they could handle the rock.
Right.
But I was doing moves. I was doing combos. I knew how to break people down from leagues to playing pickup. I did all of that. But then I had an opportunity to go to college. I went to college for broadcast media. My high school teacher said that I had a radio voice, and I pursued it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I go to college. I had an opportunity to play on the team. I had to do summer workouts. So I signed the athletics form to let them know all the grades I get go straight to the athletic department, and we go from there.
Yeah.
So once I get through the school, come to find out that the program, they all quit. The head coach quit. Everybody quit. So then after, they pick up a whole new program, and that program picks up 7 players. So now I'm in a gym trying out for a spot that was supposed to be guaranteed. 40 other people. And I'm still going to answer your question. At that time, I wasn't nice. I just could handle the rock really good.
Right.
And in that moment, come to find out, fast forward, I didn't make the team. I literally was the last cut, and the coach told me I was the last cut. My heart was broke. I didn't want to play ball no more. Like, I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm stuck. Then a couple years after, I was like, you know what? The love of the game is still there. So I actually started to develop my game. Like, even at, like 1920. Yeah, 1920 is when I really was like, I'm about to go to work. So I started working on my jumper, started working on scoring, started working on better facilitating, because I was always doing flashy passes.
Yeah.
A lot of my passes worked, but they were unnecessary. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a grown man.
Yep.
It was unnecessary. But now I got to the point where I realized a lot of these tendencies. So once I started like tailoring my game to be better, I got invited to play in a lot of places, because now people can understand my game. I can shoot, I can score, I can facilitate, and I can handle the rock. Like, now I'm becoming the real point guard that I needed to be. So it took me a while to develop. So to answer your question, when did I figure out I was nice? I still don't think I'm nice. I think I think I'm really polite. That's the best way to say it.
Yo, man, I've been on the edge of my seat to get back to this one. Did you say your mom had a jump shot? Your mom was nice? Hold on, now.
My mom, she played in high school. She was a point guard. She had a little bit of game, but basketball back then was way different.
No doubt.
She was trying to back people down from the 3-point line. She was trying to get all the way to the cup.
God, she doing that Mark Jackson back down for like 10 seconds.
Yo, yeah. And then but she definitely wanted all of her kids to be active, and that's exactly what she got. We all played.
Man, who the best in your family, man? It sounded like your brother did his thing. Who got the title right now in the family?
Honestly, so my older brother now has 7 kids. But it's kind of a toss-up, because I can easily be like, nah, it's me.
Right.
Nah, but I'm honest, it might be my nephew. That's probably the nicest in the family.
Wait, what is he? Rim rocking? What's he do?
He's new age basketball now.
Yeah.
Very shifty, has a jump shot, can score in crazy ways around the hoop.
Yeah.
I think he has more athleticism than me and my brother have.
Yeah.
So my younger brother, he can dunk, but I haven't seen him play in a while because he's really calm. Like his whole personality is really, really chill. So you don't know when he's up there.
Yeah.
But my nephew, he's really like his emotions is on his sleeve. Like you could see when he's trying to go for it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you even brought that question up because I have a video that went viral. It was on SportsCenter.
Oh.
It was a video that said, when all of your family is all point guards and all of us are swinging the ball to each other in pickup. So we're playing like the Spurs. And that's literally my family. You know, my older brother, me, my nephew, and my two younger brothers.
Yo, did you ever hurt somebody? I know we all out here searching for ankles, but did anybody actually hurt themselves though and like crawled off or couldn't finish the game?
Actually, you right there, you answered it. Yes, that happened. This was way before I was making content.
Yeah.
It was one of those situations that I go to a new gym. So the job I used to work for, I was a mentor. So I drive around different cities, and I go to my clients' houses, pick them up after school, take them wherever they need to go. But in the meantime, when I didn't have office work, whatever town I was in, I found a gym to go to. So I found a couple gyms to go to. This one gym in particular, they told me that we run at 11 to 1 on these days. So I showed up. Nobody knew who I was, and it was just one of those games that I'm not gonna go hard right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna play my game. So I passed the ball early, get everybody involved. Then when I started getting the ball back and they seen that I could play, they're like, okay, cool, you can work. There's one play I was coming down. It was almost that Jason Williams when he caught Gary Payton.
And Gary tried to trip him?
Tried to trip him, yeah. It was that same thing. Hezzy to the shot, and then instead of driving, I hezzied again, and the guy jumped. So he fell for the hezzy the first time. Then he recovered. I went the other way. But when he jumped, he landed on both of his feet wrong. Literally, one ankle rolled, and he stumbled trying to catch himself. The other ankle rolled right after. I physically didn't see it because I was already at the hoop getting a layup.
Yeah.
But then I turn around, he's already on the ground saying, my legs, ow. And he just literally crawled off the court. Literally, as you said it. Oh man, those moments. Yeah, I wish I was recording.
Yo, did you just do? I see there's a little challenge going around where people like jump off of a bench and then they come in tight on the shoes and then it rolls and the hand comes out and they got like a business card. Did you just do that years before it actually?
Oh yeah, there was definitely a business card. That man was trying to cancel my membership. That's what it was.
Yo, so we gotta know this, man. Where are all the places you've lived as an adult with this game after you became nice? You know what? I'll even give it to you before you got it together. But where were some of these places that you've lived to hoop at?
Nope, I lived in the same area. I might have moved north and south.
What?
But I stayed home. But I traveled. Like I can say my rise of my career now outside of my full-time job. People fly me out and I do celebrity games. I do charity games. I do, just games with people, they'll fly me out and I'll just show up and I just go and kick it with my people. I'm in that content creator space. So I know the who's who, they know who I am. Yeah. So sometimes if there's an event, we'll talk it out and I'll pull up. I ran with a lot of the big creators now in this hooping space.
So now I gotta know, what do you think when you go to different places? Midwest, West Coast, down south, Miami at ATL. What do you think about the different how they ball all across the country? Because some of these listeners have never balled in different parts of America. We gonna get it international, but like right now, what are your thoughts?
So before, like there's certain regional things that are still the same, but like back in the day,
Yeah.
I sound old. It used to be a regional thing. Like, the West Coast had shooters, down south had all the athletes, up north always had handles and a point guard.
Yep.
But I think because of the use of social media and that people can watch and expand their own horizons, I believe that that regional difference is not the same anymore.
I
I
agree.
think I think the game, as far as like how you play, is that's a regional thing. Like if you call foul or and one, or where you check ball at, or the score, what you play up to. Because I went to a place they play up to 21 first game and then 15 all the rest. I'm used to playing to 15 first game and 11 all the rest.
Right.
Unless it's a lot of people, then you would play to 11 first game and then 7 or 9 to keep the games moving, all ones.
Yeah.
But the regional differences, I think they all, like, there are places that are tougher than others. I will say that.
Right.
But however, I think basketball is a language, and a lot of people speak the same language. So it's like you can go to different places and literally see the same type of person. Like, granted, there's probably another me out there. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
I've seen stupid athletic guys. Not stupid, but I mean like crazy athletic guys that can jump out the gym. I've seen that everywhere. I've seen athletic guys who really aren't good at basketball, but they're hustle players. Seen that anywhere. I see the guys who just came back from college and they think they're the nicest ones in the gym. I've seen that everywhere. Like, none of it is different. Like, it's just faces. Like, if somebody was like, yo, we live in a, if somebody was like, yo, we live in an AI generated world, I believe them. Because everybody's the same. It's just copy and paste of a different face. That's it.
Yo, I wanted to get your take, but I'm glad you went that way because I want our listeners to know something like this. See if you agree. Jamal Crawford, we know he caught bodies in the NBA. He's from Seattle, yo. But I bet if you looked at his game, I bet cats think he's a New York dude. I bet they thought he was, a handle, dribble the air out the ball dude, but he from Seattle, like where Sir Mix-a-Lot is from. And I can name other NBA players, but does that prove the point for me and you?
Absolutely. And Jamal Crawford is actually one of my favorite players, and I had the honor of playing ball with his son, Eric. And they play just alike. It's actually kind of crazy. But
what's his son's dimensions? Is he tall?
He's not 6'5". He's like, I want to say he's probably like a good 6'2", 6'3".
Okay.
But the build is exactly the same.
Yeah.
And when me and him hooked up, I brought him to the gym, and just watching him play, it just made me laugh because I'm like, yo, you play like your father.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, yeah, man, I think the era of street ball really opened a lot of eyes to crafty basketball. Like, obviously people look at it, oh, it's the tricks, it's this, that, and the third. But N1 showed me a lot because I didn't learn the basics. I didn't learn fundamental basketball. I learned the advanced stuff and then had to go backwards.
Right.
And I never did drills. So actually, in the same manner of Jamal Crawford, he said it in one of his documentaries. He's like, yeah, I feel bad because like I don't know how to, like, I don't do drills. Like, I can't teach somebody how to go around a cone. But a cone is not a 6'7" guard. Like, it's not that. So it's like I can only teach you so much. But I feel like with the era of N1 and learning how to do these things and learning street ball and seeing it in magazines and there's little glimpses on TV that they did show years back, I feel like that raised the experience for a lot of people. So as Jamal Crawford, yeah, you're right. He's from Seattle and he plays like he's from over here. Like,
no doubt.
It definitely caters to the fact that I said, like, everybody, the regional differences aren't even the same anymore, especially because people move around too. So even that.
I want to know about our ignorance about the language because we love labels here in America. We like to put labels on everything. Man, how many times someone either tried to claim you as one, or call you a New York dude?
Oh, it's a bunch. I'm from, and I'm gonna be honest. I came from the era where Dipset, G Unit
Yep.
ruled music,
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z, like, and I loved it. Like, I love the samples, I love the beats. I'm a big Dipset fan. So, or I was, depending on how you look at it, because their last performance wasn't that great. But
Wait, you talking about the verses with the
yes, yep,
locks?
yeah. Their last showing wasn't that great, you know.
I mean, Cameron tried. He tried to shoot them back into the game, but
Things change.
yeah,
Uh, but nah, like that era of music, that era, that feel good sound, that's
yeah,
where I embodied. So my attitude, my flair, I can say has a little bit of New York in it, but I'm not gonna false claim. Nobody has ever claimed me from like, oh yo, nah, he's from here.
mm-hmm.
Nah, I don't allow stuff like that. Like I'm from Boston. I'm from Massachusetts. This is
Yeah,
where I'm from. This is who I am. And I'll go everywhere and say it. Like, um, but nah, people think that I'm from other places. I say that because the videos that I post aren't videos all from in one spot. Like I
yeah,
travel. I was in North Carolina with Hezzy God. I'm in California with all the other creators, White Iverson and Chris Staples. Like I'm
mm-hmm.
with them. Then I go to New York and I'm playing ball with them. I'm everywhere. So uh, people guess, and even in the fact that um, okay, shameless plug. I was in the movie White Man Can't Jump. I had my lines in there.
Oh,
The new one, the
yeah,
new one. I was in it, and you know, in the fact of getting the contract and doing all that, they
yeah,
thought I was from California because they seen my videos from California. I was like,
mm-hmm.
nah, I'm from. But obviously it worked out. But
Right,
yeah, like yeah, people just think I'm from everywhere. They would never think I'm from Boston. I'll
man.
say
You as far away
that.
from LA as you could get. Yo,
As you can
so
get. Yeah.
while you was out there, then that means you got to play on the infamous Venice Beach, Santa Monica. You got to do that.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Oh,
Oh,
Venice is like that's like my cousin. Like I feel like I'm the cousin of Venice. Like I'm not gonna be like I'm their brother. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm from here because every time I go there, I'm treated like family on Thanksgiving. Like
oh,
every time I'm out there, people know who I am.
okay,
I'm greeted well. I know the guys that run the Venice Ball League,
yeah.
so they treat me well. So every time I come out there, it's all love every single time. And you know, there's competitors out there, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's always easy for me. No, there's competitors out there, and we play,
Yeah.
but I don't overstay my welcome. I'm there. I do what I need to do. Good to see y'all. I'm going back home.
Let me drop two things and see if you know about these spots or the next time you go out. For those who don't know, Pepperdine University's out there. That's Malibu. You ever get any runs up in Malibu?
Nah, never.
Okay. If you can get an open gym at Pepperdine, I think you're
Pepperdine.
going to enjoy that. Nice court. What about
Okay.
Cal State Northridge?
Absolutely not. Never even been.
Okay. Two gyms. Yo,
Word.
LA peeps, y'all make sure y'all do this dude right.
Yo.
Don't make me look
Right.
bad because it's been a few years since I was out. I used to live out there. But
Word.
okay, all right. Well, hopefully
Yeah.
I gave you two spots next time you out there
Yeah.
off the beaten path, you know. So
Yeah.
nothing wrong with going to the same place you done been to, but trying to give
Yeah,
you a
no.
couple other spots.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm very curious on this thing right here. What do you say to the kid who is all street ball? But as you know, we in middle school, we might be starting high school, and we want to be on the school team. But you know, man, coach ain't looking at us. We too street. We too Showtime. We too street ball. What would you say to that person? That young cat, that father, mother that's listening to us right now, that might have that kid.
So I'm just basically talking to myself. But all right, I'm right here. Here we go. Role playing right here. Bow.
Okay.
I'm talking to the kid now.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, I see, you have a lot of moves. You got a bag. You got a bag, and it's crazy, and I love it. Like keep working on it. But right now, if you want to make it to that next level, you gotta got to calm it down a little bit. Find your spots, because not every time that you get the ball, you have to have a showtime move. Let somebody else have their chance. Let somebody else get their moment. Your moment is always going to be there, especially because we know that you're good. We see that you're good. So don't break your potential by trying to be the showman. It's okay to be behind the scenes. It's okay to calm it down. But with you learning that street ball stuff, yo, trust me, I was with you. I'm that same person. But also, there's other factors of the game, dog. You have to know how to shoot. You have to know how to get to the cup. You have to know how to get to the cup. You have to know how to use your teammates. And more than just use your teammates as far as passing, you have to know how to do a proper pick and roll. You have to either be the pick, you have to be the roll, or you can be the facilitator at the top and know how to execute. This is the things that coaches are looking for. They're not looking for the craziest, most athletic person, which in their case they are, but they're also looking for smart players. If you know how to read the game, you can beat the game. And the moment you beat the game, you can get as flashy as you want, but you have to take steps and take levels. Because every time you play a video game, they never start you on level 10. You start at level 1. Once you develop level 1, you go to level 2 and level 3. But you can only move up to these levels once you beat it. You've never seen somebody playing Super Mario Brothers or even my favorite game, Metal Gear Solid. You never seen somebody mid-level and they just go to the boss. Nah, you have to make your pride in steps and moving forward. Like, I love what you're doing. Trust me, I do it. Me and you can have a street ball game of ourselves. But for right now, calm yourself down, read the game so you can beat the game. There you go.
Look at Coach Mak being a basketball mentor. If you want me to go back to, you make me want to go back to middle school and calm it down. I was a late bloomer, so no, it wasn't middle school for me. It was first year of college when I really got serious, because I wrestled, ran track. I missed out on all that.
I wish. See, my only other sport I've ever done was baseball, and I only did it for like 2 years. But I wish I did track, knowing the advantages that you can get, because I've played on basketball teams and basketball leagues, but I never had a team. Like, I never had like that, or I guess to my knowledge, I never had that team where it's like, these are my brothers, we go everywhere together. Nah, because when the season's over in these leagues that I play in, you disperse, and the next season you're gonna end up going against them, and the season after it's the same thing. Yeah. So that brotherly family experience I was always looking for. Yeah. But I feel like with track, if I would have done track, that would have helped me excel in a different sport. Yeah. No, yo, the movement is there, man. It's a big difference. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to another little item that you had mentioned, and I gotta circle back on this, bro. Sure. All right, so we talked about you traveling nationally. What international spots? I know you had to have gone across. You up in the Northeast, so I know Montreal, Toronto. I know they was calling for you, and if you spent that time on the East Coast, sound like Vancouver had to pull you in. Yeah. So what's up, man? What's some of the places you've been outside America? Nowhere. Never. What? Never. I've left. Obviously, you know, I got married, had a honeymoon. Yeah. And went on a cruise. But basketball wise, nothing. So King Handles, he's one of my good friends. He's a street ball legend. I can call him myself. Yeah. And he's on the west side of Canada. Like, he's in that Vancouver, British Columbia side. Yeah. So he invited me out there. There was a couple leagues that they play out there. Even I do have a slight invite to play at the J Crossover League. So it's just, you know, when times get right, I'll make an appearance. But Canada, I haven't gotten much. That's all. Everything's been in US, like right here. I got one for you then, if you're willing to accept. Ooh. Korea. South Korea. I'm down. I'm gonna tell you this. I lived there for a year. There. Yes. Forget the stereotype. For those here in America, you know, the ignorant ones, they'll be like, yo, people that look like you and me, stereotypically, they play ball. I'm gonna tell you one.
that's even in South Korea, this ain't no stereotype. Them boys get it, and girls, they hoop like it is.
Yep.
There's only one thing bigger in South Korea. Everyone wants to be in a K-pop video, but aside from that,
wow.
Oh, did I just? You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, they serious.
Wow.
They grandmamas, all South Koreans want to be in a K-pop video. Like it takes that tip.
Wow.
So I lived there for a year, and I had some Korean friends, and I was like, "Yo, where are you from?" Down in Seoul, their capital. They had the 88 Olympics, so big city, international city. And I was like, "Yo, where are you from?" Write that on a 3x5 card for me. I'm gonna give it to the taxi driver. I'm gonna go here and hoop. Man, I did that all over Seoul, Korea. I'm telling you, man, every court is packed. They got a Korean Iverson. Some. He's the playground legend. But I'm gonna tell you these things. Ain't nobody there trying to fight.
Yep.
The so-called thugs, they ain't thugs.
Right.
They some nice people over there. But I mean, they're intimidating to the locals. But play it. If you could get to South Korea, you gonna have some fun.
That I didn't get invited by them or by, because of Hong Kong I had an offer. But I was, like I said, I was gonna go with my boy King Handles.
Yeah.
He invited me over there. He goes there all the time. He goes to China. He's over there all the time.
Yeah.
When he showed me a glimpse of the street ball scene there on a regular day,
yes, sir.
I was like, this is crazy. The energy, I would love to do that. I think I would. I've never played ball at Rucker Park ever.
Oh,
like I went there, took pictures, got a layup because nobody was around. I went for a Knicks event, so I was there. I know what Rucker looks like, but I would easily want to play on that side before I play at Rucker.
Yo, I'm glad you heard about it. Now you got to do it. I'm gonna put that out there. All right. I had some other questions I had to get to because I'm about to. I want to get off of some of the stuff. I'm gonna take it in a different direction because you gave some stuff. All right, yo.
Word.
When you was working on your game, you kind of told me already. How did you do that? You out at the court. In my mind, you out at the court on Friday night. Everybody out clubbing. You out there working on your game. Did you have the boom box set up? You working on your game, and what you listening to, bro? I gotta know.
So that wasn't the case. So when I was in college, there was actually, and when I was in college and out, there was a run that I do that they still play to this day, and I'm blessed that 97% are still with us. But there was a run that I did from 7 to 9 in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm playing ball with the OGs, and I'm the youngest one on the court. They play shirts and skins, game up to 32, and then every game after that is to 22 after that. And we played ball. We subbed mid game because obviously they are older guys.
Yeah.
I learned the game that way because there was this one guy. I don't know where he's at. I haven't seen him in a while. Biggs. Big brolic dude, crazy in the post. This dude, he rocked me. Like not physically, not punching or anything like that, but like the same kid that I was just talking about, like, oh, you have all the flashy moves and you want to make the team. This is where that came into play because I'm playing ball 7 to 9 in the morning. These guys got work later on. They're not here for the shenanigans. But here I am trying to just score on everybody. It's 5-on-5 basketball. I'm trying to break everybody down, score, break everybody down, score, mid-range shot. I'm just doing too much to the point where my team, on purpose, without me knowing, Biggs told the rest of my team, don't go. So now I'm always running the break 1-on-5. Every time I'm getting doubled. I'm trying to force myself. And I didn't realize it in the moment. But then when I'm playing defense and then we lost, then he came to me straight up. He was like, you feel good about yourself, big player? I'm like, no, y'all wasn't helping me. Y'all wasn't doing this. He was like, yeah, because you didn't need our help. You kept running the floor, doing it by yourself. You did not look at one pick. You did not look for no roll. You didn't look to come off the screen. You didn't do any of that. You just wanted to go. So if you want to keep losing by yourself. And once he kind of said that and put that in direction, it took me a couple games to learn it.
Yeah.
But that 1-2 games, 1 day moment changed the rest of my life. So it's like I learned my game from that. Now I'm like, okay, let me try to see the floor. Yeah. And like I said, these guys go to work. So the fact that this person took the time to set me straight before he has to go to work, it made me feel like, okay, I got work to do. It made me feel like I'm one in the family. It made me feel like there was value, but I had to learn. So that's when I'm talking about basketball is a language, because I wasn't speaking that same dialect. I was speaking the language, but it was not everybody can understand it. And I couldn't understand everybody else. So he helped me develop that. And then, there was obviously my older brother. He brought me, because all his friends played ball. Yeah. I was younger at the time. So he brought me around, and I'm learning the game from them. I'm learning the game from my own experience. I'm learning the game in different ways. And I can say I learned my shot because my matchup was always a shorter guy that was just as fast as me, and he was a grown man, so he was stronger than me. He would do the same move to me every single time. So I had to learn. I had to learn what he did, and I had to learn how to stop it. Yeah. And, I'm not the biggest defensive player, but I knew how to put my body in spaces to stop you from going to that spot. Because if you shoot the same shot in the same spot, I got to learn something. But then I retaliated, and I was like, okay, I want to get my jump shot better. So literally I did this. I want to say I did this for 3 weeks straight. No, I think it was 2 to 3 weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like I said, only shooting mid-range shots. Even if I was open at the three, I would purposely step in, shoot. Like I would make drills up mid-game, and I would do it. I'm like, all right, step in, one, shoot. Step in, another one, shoot. Because it didn't matter to me, because we're all playing for the workout. Right. Once over time I developed bits and pieces of my game, I then got really comfortable. And then summertime hits, and now all the guys come back from school, they come back, the young guys come back. And there was 2 sets of runs. It was 7-9, and then there was the 12-2. I'm not gonna lie, I hated the 12-2 because the same person who I was trying to go 1-on-5. Yep. That's all 12-2. That's all of them. Ooh, there was this one guy though. His name is Jack. Short dude. He's like 5'2", big head, white guy. Shoot, lights out. And he was basically, and I'm not exaggerating because I know there's one in every state. He was the Steph Curry before Steph Curry. Like, he run around picks all day. If he didn't get open, okay, he's gonna keep doing it. So the moment you be like, all right, they're not gonna pass it to him. I'm not gonna keep running around with him. His weird old form, bah. Yep. Now you're down 12. Now you're down 10-6.
And everybody looking at you because you know better. Like, man, you can't leave that dude open.
So he's the only so there was crowds with different people, but the 12-2, they had their certified guys that always went. Jack was one of them. But outside of that, I played in the 7-9 because it took me that time to develop, especially at 7-9 in the morning. Like 7-9, once I get out of the gym, I take a shower and I can make it to class. Like my day is not broken. So man, I developed my game just like that. So there was no Friday listening to music and just vibing. Nah, if I was, I would be playing NBA Street Volume 2 or watching N1 Mixtape. Yep. And then when I'm done, I'm playing the same music I just heard in my driveway, and I'm dribbling. I'm doing all the moves I just seen.
What are your top 5 hooping songs? If you in a gym and if they got some music playing, what do you want to hear? What is 5 joints that you want to hear? And it's about to get crazy. And don't worry, if one of them ain't Gangstar, I ain't gonna hold that against you. For those who don't know, Guru, Gangstar, them
Yeah.
boys from Boston. If y'all ain't know.
Yeah. Nah. He has some good ones too.
Yeah, man.
Let's see.
Just to get a rep, mass appeal for those who don't know. You know,
because of real nostalgia for me, they reminisce over you, Pete Rock, CL Smooth.
Oh.
Also, still, with Common and Stud X.
Okay. Yep. Okay. That's two.
Yeah, I know my history.
I see that.
But then also, I think follow instructions from MOP. You Don't Know from Jay-Z.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you only got one left. You only got one left.
I know. And that's tough.
I know.
That's ooh.
I like it. For those, I hope everybody's watching this on YouTube, but for those who ain't gonna see this, if you just doing the audio, there's smoke coming from his head.
Yeah. This is tough, but I'm gonna go Down and Out, Cameron and Kanye.
Oh,
because it's not necessarily the lyrics I care about. Mm-hmm. It's just the feeling that I get when I'm doing a move and I can hear. But you only gave me 5 because it's tough.
Yeah, decisions had to be made. Hearts had to be broken. Yo, Cameron used to be a hooper, apparently.
Yeah, he was a big time hooper.
He was nice with it.
Yeah, he played with Mace, and he actually had a solid career. Not like super great. He had a solid career, but money called.
Yeah,
being a rapper, he had an opportunity with him and Mace making more money, so he took that route.
And you could carry that momentum into now, decades after your athletic prime. So hard to say that he made a bad decision.
right.
Because he's probably making it to the Hip Hop Hall of Fame off of the career, off the lyrics, and I don't know where we're gonna put him. I don't want to knock a lot of people out. In my top 5, he's not in the top 5, but I don't think even he thinks he would be in somebody's top 5. He made bangers.
And that's really all. Honestly, that is what matters, right?
Yeah. Okay.
His legacy lives on through your music.
If you had a chance to hoop with somebody, top 5 dead or alive, who you want to hoop with? I'm not saying they the greatest of all time. I just want to know who you want to hoop with, whether you hooping with them or against them.
I would easily go Magic Johnson. Just because I know I'm gonna get the ball.
Yeah, you are. You better hit that shot too, man.
Yeah.
No pressure, but pressure.
But then the opposite side is, what if I actually get a fire assist from Magic Johnson? Like I throw when I throw behind the neck or something. Like, yeah. Who else? Well, yeah. I think that would be the one. And if I had another one, I would go. I'm gonna give you 2 more because they're like in the same realm with me.
Okay.
I would want to hoop with Prime Iverson.
Ooh.
With or against, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna get smoked. And it's okay.
He was fast.
Right. And then Darren Williams.
Yo, I'm glad you said that because he was nasty. Which one you going with? You going with the Nets? You going with the Jazz? The whole career? Which one?
Jazz.
Yeah, he was busting fools.
Yeah.
If he wasn't on that Jazz team, I mean, he still got his shine. But if he was in a different market, because I want to say that was even kind of before social media, really.
Right.
If cats really would have been able to see him.
His tween crossover and then stop. Like, that's the reason why I would want to hoop with anybody, because people look at what I'm doing on the competitive side.
Yeah.
I don't look at anything I'm doing on the competitive side because I'm just learning. I'm learning from everybody. And then when I go to certain stages, I'm just doing what I learned because I learned it. Now I can display it. That's really all it was. So, yeah, if I had a chance to learn from Jamal Crawford, because I don't have his arm length.
Yeah.
But I still know how to do his shake and bake. But if I was able to just be around and learn and watch him play, I'll take that any day. Like I would literally just soak it up.
Okay. This one is gonna be one. I just want to know what road you're gonna take. Yo, me and you hooping, right? I'm playing D. I'm getting back. But yo, I'm going down. You know, maybe I threw a no look to Jeffrey in the corner and he missed it. Maybe I came down. I hit Roscoe in the other corner, and maybe he wasn't ready, and I hit him. And then we come down again. I drop my man. I go for a finger roll, but I miss it. You screaming at me on the way up the court, or do you understand, man? I'm trying my best, dog. Like I'm not in the NBA. This LA Fitness. This. What say you about that? Because you do a lot of pickup ball. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm gonna be very, 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 very honest. I had a game last night, and that happened to everybody on my team. We all made a crucial mistake. This is a league game. My team was undefeated. We've been undefeated for 16 games, 17 games. And we lost 2 back-to-back. And when I say 2 back-to-back, meaning we had 2 games in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost both.
Wheels done fell off.
You completely riding on rims, if that. but although I'm mad, like I'm still mad till this moment because that's a league game. But in pickup, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can say I'm blessed and honored to play so many places.
Yeah.
If you miss a layup and you're average Joe, I don't care. Like obviously, Dad, I want you to score. I want you to make it, or somebody has to score. I'll be upset because, oh man, that was an easy one. Mm-hmm. But I think I adapted so much of a personality for myself that I laugh at misses because I don't take any game serious. Like that's my problem too. Somebody was like, "Yo, Mac, if you took the game serious, you'd be a lot nicer." Then excuse me, like I don't care. Because literally we're all here to play. We're all here to exercise, get our mind right. And you miss a layup, depending on who you are and depending on how you are too.
Right.
Because if you're coming in the gym like, yo, you're that dude, oh, I'm gonna say something. But if you just out here enjoying the game and you just playing and you miss, yo, it's all good. Come on, get back. Or I might make a joke. All right, so now that you missed, yo, let me get a chance to miss. I'll say something to kind of clear the air. Like, unless, that's if we're on the same team. If we're against each other, then obviously I'm saying whatever I want.
Appreciate you. So I read that right, and I thought so. So then that brings me to the point: why do you look so carefree when you play it? It looks like you are trying to have fun, and I'm sure you win. I mean, you're nice with it, man. But I feel like you're there, okay, a little bit to put on the show. But I feel like you're trying to have some fun out there. And I mean, you said sorry earlier, but do you have different lanes? It sounds like you're a different dude in the league, but when you're doing pickup, you're trying to have fun. So right now is what pushing you is the love of the game, or you still out here trying to do something? You ain't get MVP in your mind yet.
No. So I hope you got time because
I do.
All right, word. So because I didn't play college, didn't play high school, I literally didn't play on any resume stated balance. Like I just played because I liked it.
Yeah.
When I actually took the game serious, it was almost too late. But then I had the opportunity to play in a lot of leagues, like men's leagues. Men's leagues were different, and it kind of shaped my mentality. Because now when I first came into these leagues, I'm like, oh, I'm going to just kill. I'm going to kill because I'm going to prove the people that didn't rock with. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people that I ran with, they don't like how I played. They didn't like the and one style. They didn't like the street ball stuff. They wanted to keep it simple.
Yeah.
So let's just keep that in the foreground. Like, they didn't like how I played. If we can come back and circle back to that moment, I got you.
Yeah.
But they didn't like how I played. So then, and when I was the one to mess up, it was always, yo, Mac, yo, come on. But then when they mess up, they're laughing it off or they're like,
Thank you.
oh, whatever. And it's like, it was bothersome to me because I'm like, yo, where's your same integrity? Like, you missed the same layup, but because I'm flashy or because I play the certain way I do, you don't rock with it. So now, like I said, because I didn't play on those scales, I actually played in national tournaments. I've been playing for national tournaments for like 5 years now. I play at
Oh,
Ultimate Hoops. They have national tournaments in New York and they play in Vegas. I went to Vegas twice. I went to New York 4 times.
mm-hmm.
And my team is we have a short team. Like our team is very height challenged, like whatever.
Yeah.
But we come out and we rock every time. I realize my role, believe it or not, when it comes to these leagues and playing serious, I'm a catch and shoot player.
Oh,
Like catch the ball, boom. Find me in the corner, I'm hitting it. You find me on the wing, I'm hitting it. If I'm bringing it up, I might pull it up farther than NBA range because you're not settled in yet. Like
mm-hmm.
I'm a shooter. But when I play at those scales, my level of freedom is so low. Like I have to play so detailed oriented to
Mm-hmm.
who I'm defending. And mind you, all these guys that I'm playing against are like 6'2" and taller.
Yep.
So the person I'm guarding, probably a power forward, probably a fast, shifty guard. Like
Yeah.
I'm not locking anybody up. But these teams play very smart. Like they move the ball. Like this is the closest to NBA level basketball I'm playing. And I'm playing with guys who played overseas, like who played professional in their own manner. They play
Yeah.
professional. And I'm keeping up with them, scoring 15 points, scoring, shoot, I'll even say scoring 7, and the 7 that I score is like crucial moments.
Yep.
Because they slept on me in the corner and I got found. Bow. Like, and I'm shooting because of the way my team layout is, I'm not shooting all the shots. I'm shooting about 5 shots. So if I'm
Mm-hmm.
shooting 5 shots and I'm making 3, 4 out of 5, I think my percentage is pretty high, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So I know my role. So now when I go to these parks and I just go and play in these pickup games and just chill, this is my release to just let me be me. Like
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna yell at me for missing a layup.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna yell at me for being too flashy. Shoot, I'm the closest thing that some of these other guys are gonna get to playing at any level.
Mm-hmm.
And once I heard that at a park, because they seen me play in New York and where they have the blackout gym where all the NBA players go and play at. They
Yeah.
see me play there, and then literally the next week they see me at their park, and I'm giving them one of the firest dimes they can find.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, like I'm not used to people passing like you. I'm always playing with these people who they don't pass. Yo, it's dope that you have the vision like that. Like people are bigging me up. I actually get a thrill out of that because it makes me feel like I'm at this perfect place. I have a balance. So like my content, I can make content that's strictly basketball.
Yeah.
And it's boring. Like like I just told you, my game yesterday was bad. I was mad. I was pissed off. I was scoring.
Mm-hmm.
But that's people like, okay, if I was to pay attention to the comments, it would be like, yo, this dude talks too much. I can post you about a good 5-minute video of me not saying anything and just getting a regular bucket. And you know what? Nobody's going to care. Like, it doesn't matter. People want to see the excuse me. People want to see the nothing's over there. People want to hear me talk tardy slips. People want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there's moments where in a serious game, boom, tardy slips. And I'll write them the tardy slip. I'll pull stuff out. And I make sure that I make sure with myself, I'm in a place of freedom. So I have to have that balance. I have to have that release. And then when I'm playing pick up with these regular guys or whatever, I'm not walking around like I'm that dude. No, I'm happy to play with you. Like I'm happy to rock. Let's do it. Like who's the 5? Who's the 3? Who's running? All right, cool. Let's get it. And I enjoy it just like everybody else. I don't try to make my play style allows me to be this person, but realistically, I'm not better than you, and I'm okay with that.
What is your preferred When you are on the outdoor court, you like them nylon strings, you like them chains. Do you hate double rims? Do you run from double rims? What's that outdoor? What's some of those outdoor things you like? You like bleachers? You like nothing behind the court so you can land? And what do you like?
Yeah. Wow, that's a big creative park
Yeah,
mindset. So I like nylon over chains. I like the sound of the chains. I
love
love
that
the sound.
sound.
But if you get up to the rim and start trying to touch the rim and your finger gets caught,
Yo,
yeah, nah, don't touch the net.
nah.
I love the sound of the chain, but I have to go nylon. Um, Single rims all day, but I would not run from double rim. Like you have to just shoot smarter shots because you still got to make the shot.
Yeah.
And if you can't hit that three ball, there's like 10 other shots you can pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
like there's options. You don't have to shoot that shot. Anywho, that goes into a whole different side.
Yeah.
I love the bleachers because it gives the state of if you want to come and watch, you can.
Yeah.
There's plenty of parks that I've played at that had nothing and people were standing, but then their legs were hurt.
Yep.
Then whatever. I like the hoops that are under the trees. Like, there's at least some little bit of shade.
Yep.
Fence if necessary. I like fences.
So you ain't gotta chase that rock.
Yeah. I'd rather the hoop be grounded in the floor instead of that pad because you don't want to run into those ankle injuries right under the hoop.
Yep.
Like there has to be out of bounds space.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Yeah. So there's this park I used to play at, and it was a dope park. It was very, very homey.
Yeah.
It was everything that I just described, but it was like right next to the beach. So the water was like, not the water, the wind was always blowing hard. So if you miss that jump shot, you miss that jump shot. But it was a good feel. Not too many people went to that park because it's literally like the farthest south that you can get in the town.
Oh.
And nobody's gonna drive all the way down there. So
yeah.
it was a good area. But the only thing it didn't have was a fence. So if I was to create my own park, I would try to imitate that.
Yo, we have, man, we got so much flowing here. I got away from my questions here, so I got to double back because there's a few things we got to get out. All right, who is the greatest of all time basketball player?
That's a difficult one.
I don't know.
Number wise and statistics, you got to go LeBron. Like I don't think you can argue it. Like you can't. I'm more of a Jordan person because there's an aura that Jordan had. There's a game that Jordan had. There's a feel that Jordan had. Like there was a fear that people had from Jordan. That it's like, yo, when he's in the building and he's playing, you're gonna get that work. And I feel like those 6 rings that he's won, the team was on his back. Like every moment decided was from Jordan. And the reason why I would even label Jordan the GOAT is because people are chasing after Jordan. You don't hear people being like, yo, I'm trying to be like LeBron. Like you don't hear it. LeBron has Jordan's number.
Yep.
Even when he was number 6, what's 2 times 3? Like, come on,
exactly.
Dog. Shoot, Jordan has Jordans. Like, it's not obviously there is Nike logos on it, but then it changed up to where it's just Jordan, and Jordan is his own entity.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas LeBron, it's still Nike's.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like your name is within the brand. But however, like I said, when you talk about numbers, statistics, and body of work, you gotta go LeBron. He's been playing since he was 18. He's been in the NBA longer than he's been alive.
Yeah.
Like, of course he's gonna break records. He is an amazing basketball player. Great IQ, great vision. freaking amazing. Like, we haven't seen anything like that. So you give him his flowers. However, that's what it is.
Do you hold it against LeBron that he doesn't have that defensive player of the year like Jordan had? Are you okay with that?
That's a good point. I actually never thought about that.
I mean, he could have had more chase down blocks when he was the young LeBron. Right. He could have. We've seen him go get that high point block, so he had the springs.
Yeah,
but he just didn't have it. And I know what a lot of people want to say, especially those who play the game. We know how much energy it takes to play lockdown D, and how much energy it takes when you're the man on the court. Some people overlook like that. You got to be in supreme shape to do that on both ends, to be that complete player.
Yeah.
When he was younger, he didn't get it. Jordan's got it. So I was just kind of curious if you would hold that against them.
Honestly, now that you put that in that perspective, I still don't hold it against him.
Okay.
Because stats are stats. Like,
yes, sir.
Longevity is longevity. And you can even throw in the fact that Jordan took 2 years off.
Yes, he did.
To play a whole different sport.
That's a recharge. Good or
bad at it.
Yeah.
And then came back and won 3. LeBron's still been playing. He can't even leave his team, which obviously shows how great of a player he is. But for him to leave his team and then try to come back, you're not going to be the same. LeBron's not going to be the same. It's going to be load management after load management.
Yeah.
No. But number-wise, and obviously what he's done is amazing. Like, I'm not sleeping on LeBron. I'm not saying LeBron is not good. I'm not saying that at all. He is the GOAT. He is. But just not mine.
All right. Where can our listeners find you on social media, follow, when they want to get the current? Where are you at? All your places?
I am on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and also YouTube. And I am at IAM_MAK_07. And then on Facebook, I believe it's that same URL, but if you want to type it in, it is Mac Street Ball, and it's still me.
Yo, Matt.
Yo.
I enjoyed this, man, and I feel like there's so much more we could get into. As you saw, and I did that intentionally just to sprinkle something for later for the listeners. Man, we may have to come back and talk. We may have to talk All-Star game. We may have to talk about what happens after that trade deadline, what they're going to look like at the end of the season. Bro, I hope y'all was listening. This brother said he's got that media background. Like, so he's built for this. Literally, if we can catch you and your schedule, would you be interested to come back and talk ball?
Yeah, I could do that, man. I'm actually going to All-Star Weekend next weekend. I've been at the last 3, and I've been at the WNBA one, so I'm gonna be there. So I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be there for details, all that.
Since you did mention that, who's winning the 3-point shootout? INSQ or Steph?
Steph.
She's got the record, Mac.
That's nice.
Ooh, he's shifting off that rock.
So, have you ever played ball with somebody and they hit mad jump shots in one day, and it's like you just feel like they just can't be stopped?
Yes.
And then the next time they show up and they just can't hit anything?
Yes.
Not to diminish her record-breaking performance, like, she killed it. Like, she's a phenomenal shooter.
She did.
But this is now a different stage where you're playing against literally the greatest shooter in the world.
I get what you're saying.
Not to say that Steph can't win, but I feel like Steph got it. Maybe not. Maybe I'll say it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be interesting, and it's just shooting threes.
Yep.
You think that they both don't work out shooting like this? So there's a reason why they put her up against Steph.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Steph got this one.
No matter how that turns out, you think it was a good idea? And either way, we're going to have to run it back. Maybe another year,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
I like it.
I feel like the WNBA doesn't get enough respect,
Yep.
and seeing and being around a lot of these WNBA players,
Mm-hmm.
they're regular people like us. They're cool. I don't want to say they're always fighting for women's rights, but in a way, it's like on a regular, they are. So I think for this moment to share the stage together, the greatest shooter for the WNBA, record holder, and then you have the greatest shooter of all time, but they're in the same building. That means
Mm-hmm.
the WNBA is going to get their respect just because they're in the same room.
Yes, sir.
That means a lot.
That's a
So
good point. Man. Yeah. Okay. I like how you broke that down there. I just had to get that little sprinkle.
yeah,
These are some of the things that we all, we talk about this in the barbershop. We talking about
right.
this at the water cooler. Matt, I love it, man. Thank you for taking the time. I know people going to there's so much more they want to go. Yo, we already
Right.
at an hour and 10 minutes. So,
Right.
I mean, people, we got to leave a little meat on the bone so we can get this brother back. We can't get it all now. But Matt, if you had to say something to everybody, those who know you, those who don't know you, for those that are getting a good glimpse or you hear any parting words, any mantras, any slogans, in anything that drives you in your life that you would want to pass on. If I asked you the question and then your own slogans or mantra. So who are you, Mac?
Excuse me, Mr. Nothing's over there. You already know I'm in the building. Just like that, you're going to find me the same way you found me. I'm going to be the nice, cool, calm, collected person. I care for you just the way you care for yourself. I just want to make sure you're doing well. I'm only here to make the game fun, and I want to make basketball fun again. Street ball, park player, whatever you want to call it. Just know every time you're on the court with me, I'm always down to have a good time.
Yo, that's exactly, man. This is exactly what we wanted. Yo, Mac, you're a real one, man. This was amazing. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. We're going to get them back, but you got them now. I hope y'all loved it. Thanks, Matt.
No problem.